Okay, so hello. Um, Basically, this is a new thing I'm trying to do. Uh, you should hear, yeah, everything seems to be going good. I will double check to make sure it's going good later. Um, so basically, what I'm doing is I'm trying to do testing where I am going, where I'm bad at talking, but basically, what's happening is I am going to start doing a little thing where, as like bonus little extra videos, I'm going to just like have some games I record whenever I'm just like bored, or most likely what's going to happen is basically my son wants me to play something just to entertain him. Like he'll say he wants to play a game, but he actually just wants me to play the game for him because he doesn't know. He's 4, so he doesn't know how to play the game. Also, that's a great way to start. I'm great at Gradius, I promise. So, because I don't want to, like, record the audio while he's in the room with me, basically, for the long and short of it, I don't want to have it to where, you know, like, you can see that. There's like 5 things wrong with it. Technically, while I was recording this, he was playing his phone, which is he was on his phone watching YouTube, basically. And so, one, I don't want that to be a thing. I don't want to have to try to, you know, like try to teach the kid how to do like video stuff at the age of 4. A little bit too young for that. Probably pretty good at it, but like, you know, let him discover it on his own terms. You know, like let him discover the fact that he can totally do that on his own terms. Maybe with stuff that he gets that is technically considered his. You know. Anyway, regardless of the situation, is that long story short, he comes down here. He wants to play games. He wants to do that. And yeah, he's on his phone, so I obviously can't record that. And again, I don't want to like do whatever because yeah. And technically, even though long story short, quick explanation here before people say anything. According to the law, even though I'm his biological father, I am a stranger because my parents adopted him. So, and that's just because when me and my ex broke up, like, basically kind of left neither of us in any kind of situation to do it. Anyway, so, that's the long and short of it. So they're taking care of Noah. You can judge me however you want. I don't care. My life. I have to do what I have to do. Until I can get like a good place to do anything. And this is the situation. And then also I'd have to fight the courts to get him back. And that sounds like a battle and a half that I don't want to deal with. Alright, so weird long story thing short. Gradius 3. So a little while ago, before I actually had this computer set up, I actually had a Retro Duo, which is a Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo console hooked up. And basically, it had, I bought Gradius 3 for it. And technically, the Retro Duo is technically, for like anything to state, it's Noah system that my parents bought, along with a bunch of games that actually, when I was trying to sell off a lot of my collection, trying to get some money to try to find another place to live when me and my girlfriend got evicted from our apartment, and also the roommate that we had. So. Alright, so these are going to be more of just like probably chill life updates or anybody has like silly things they want me to read out or whatever type videos. That's what these are going to be. The thing with Gradius 3 is this game is also a game I straight up grew up on. Like, I used to actually own this game for the longest time. Played it a bunch too as a kid. I think as a kid, probably through easy mode, because I'm playing on normal mode for this run because I just hopped in. But honestly, in a stupid sense, with this game, I'd probably prefer playing it on easy mode, because with Gradius, as much as I like Gradius, mostly for its like situations and stuff like that, when the game gets too bullet spammy, it's not fun. And that's like the thing with all of these, is when the game gets too bullet spammy, it just becomes like a mess of like RNG, and trying to play any of the Gradius games from like low power and play through it that way is terrible. I hate it. But here's what we're gonna do is that later I'm gonna have a few of these that I am gonna have to work my way up from like no power ups as I play them, because I want to do all the Gradius games, at least while my son is interested in the Gradius series. And if he stops being interested in the Gradius series, I might still continue to do all Gradius games. So long story short, this is a post-recording, just a side note. Obviously, because it's the whole point of like why I said like I'm recording this after the fact, the voiceover part. Okay, these are going to be just chill recordings, and I don't have to focus on the game, which is good, because I can use like 9,000% of my concentration on the game while playing it. And then I already got hit there. Alright, twice. I think I heard it again. This boss is a little awkward. Sometimes, like, on easy mode, you can just sit in front of this boss, and, like, his hitbox eventually becomes available, and you can start attacking him. I swear, though, sometimes on normal mode or any other mode, I'll stand right in front of him, and he just will not become vulnerable for, like, ever. And therefore, he's just a big bubble mass coming straight towards you and just destroy you. So I've learned that you just gotta cover above him, and that's how you can beat him. Kind of annoying, don't necessarily like that. First boss is kind of cool, and I do plan to show off, like, I recently got access to the, like, PS2 versions of Gradius, like, which is technically the arcade version of Gradius 2 and Gradius 3 and 4, which is cool. And man, I actually am excited to see like the arcade differences for, say, Gradius 3, because I've seen a couple of it. I even recorded some of it by this point. I might keep it, but I might also restart it. But Gradius 3 for the arcades is wild. I absolutely want to see more of it, but at the same time, man, is it difficult. Oh man. Like, I'm excited to try to play through it, but it's destroying me. I will probably bump it down to difficulty, because that's also an option, it seems right. Seems like I bump it down a lot of difficulties, but I'll probably just bump it down to easy mode instead of very easy or super easy or any of the other ones. But still, I want some challenge. I don't want the things to be handed to me. But I also, I got the shield and lost it immediately. I forgot that happened. These I mean by the game gets too bullet spammy and the barrier barely works sometimes. Like, the barrier does a decent job of being a barrier, but it lasts so little time. And some attacks just break through your barrier entirely and destroy you anyway. So it's almost pointless. Like, you get the barrier to, like, try to relieve a little bit of, like, the tension of like all the bullets everywhere. But like there's a couple problems with the thing. One, like it'll hit like especially with this barrier in particular, even if the shot doesn't hit your ship, it will sometimes hit your other stuff. I like this formation of the options, by the way. I think it's one of the best formations. Oh, I'll show off my favorite weapon in this game later. But this is the weapon I want to use if I want to beat the game. That's why I'm using it. I show off my favorite weapon in the middle of the run. Why? But I don't really get to show it off for too long. It's not very practical. Unfortunately, it's powerful, but it's unpractical. Like, unlike some of the other power weapons and some of the other ones. I mean, real, like, Ripple in this game is terrible. Twin lasers is like my second favorite. It's just look at all that projectiles on screen. I like the missile setup I got because they go up or down depending on your positioning. If there's a wall close to, if there's like, if you're on the higher part of the thing, it'll like go up. If you're on the lower part, it'll shoot down. And the options kind of like help that. So it's very useful in that aspect. But like the, what is it? Like the, option, and like right here, yeah, my missile now, one of my missiles is now shooting up to take out the enemy above me, which is something I prefer in Gradius games, having the missiles go up and down for me, so I actually have up and down protection throughout the whole thing, because I hate, not, like, there's always enemies above you and below you, all the time. Like, the options doesn't get them all, and they're like on the ground or on the ceiling, specifically. You don't want to get too close to the ground or ceiling, because if you do, you explode. So you don't want that, obviously. This is the only game that gives you like full custom, which is something I absolutely love. None of the other Gradius games give you access to full custom power-ups, which is a shame. But yeah, okay, so another story. While actually having this system hooked up actually on this Retro Duo, like I said, he wanted me to play this a bunch, while that, which is cool. Yeah, I got like really good at this game. But at the same time, I'm not going to, basically be like, oh, I have to do a perfect run for all these, like, nah. It's like, especially ones with continues, I'm going to slightly use different methods on. And technically what's funny is that I was going to do, like, I showed Noah, well, regardless, I showed my son the Konami code you can do in this game. It's like an alternate Konami code. And basically what it turns out is that with the alternate Konami code in this game in particular, you get all the options and a free shield immediately. Which, so I have technically beaten this game. Oh, I'm putting save states down just in case things get hairy, but I almost want to say I didn't beat them. But I needed one later. And it's because I kind of messed around. I honestly blame it on the fact I kind of messed around too much in the 5th level. So we're going to the 4th level. It's the level after this. This is an option eater, by the way. Technically, if you have questions about how Gradius works, let me know. I'll try to explain it as I play. It's basically a shooter. Orange things usually drop power-ups, which is always nice. It's just true for 90% of them. It's not true for one of them. Because the one that it's not true for has no color because it's a Game Boy game. But also secretly that might be my favorite one besides this one for nostalgia. This one, I love this one for nostalgia purposes. Nostalgia purposes, this one rocks, and I absolutely love it. Like, I think technically, without cheats or anything, I've beaten this game on easy. Like legit. Without cheats. You gotta love how you can use the missiles and just do the little thing where they go along the bottom. I love these missiles the most, where they like actually go up and down, like up and along the bottom. Oh, my last choice I picked for the exclamation mark was full barrier, which just restores your barrier like instantly. At this point of the game, I don't care to use full barrier because it's great. I got a 1-up. I got like the 1-ups now to recover like the 2 lives I lost in level 1. Which is hilarious. I love the fact that these missiles will just like drip down these guys' nose and just explode them. It's funny. Missiles in these games are like so powerful in comparison to like regular damage. It's ridiculous. So, let's see. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna say this too. As a hope and dream here. I just noticed. Like, I recorded this like at a time where the new Contra game just released by Konami and all that stuff. As much as I'm not a huge fan of Contra, although, just like with this series, I'd probably like to go through all the games on that series too. It is a secret one to just go through all the games of the Gradius series because I've never done it before. There's a bunch of Gradius games, and this also includes the Parodius games too. Those ones I'm going to have to be extra careful on because a lot of those have continues, like limited continues. I don't like when they have limited continues, obviously. We go over this every time I talk about old games. I think I'm going to actually just like keep it at that. If you want to know my complaint about that, look at any of my old game talks. I made a mistake. I exploded for it. The mistake was I guess I got hit in a way that I lost the thing. So I learned something about this boss during this fight because I usually go in like guns blazing. And on easy mode, if you go in guns blazing, they don't shoot enough rocks to do anything. And on like normal mode, I usually, well, okay, technically on normal mode, by the time I get to this part, like, last few times I was playing this, I would just hop on the thing, and I would just hope to get a rock pattern that would be good, and I'd have the power-ups on if I got crushed by any of the rocks. But here, I realized that the rocks only spawn if you do a lot of damage to the boss. So, with this particular fight, I kinda just decided to go with the plan B. Because technically what you do is you go in, you either shoot missiles into the mouth, or you, like, shoot close to the nose. I always fired close to the nose, that usually seemed to work. You gotta, like, fire into their mouth, more or less. You don't have missiles, I don't know what you're supposed to do here. But you can also do what I'm doing now. And the secret about all Gradius bosses, at least now, until... Oh, yeah, the new Contra game just came out. And it's cool because it's like... Oh, it's a brand new Konami game, even though it's a remake. That's fine, because it's a really cool remake that actually, like, adds a whole bunch of stuff to it. Like, I don't mind them, there's a couple thought processes in my head. Like, okay, yeah, there's not needs for many, like, certain games don't really need remakes. Resident Evil 4 is, like, modern enough that it probably didn't need a remake. I don't know what the remake did, per se, because I've not played it, because I've not even finished the original Resident Evil 4, let's be real. More of, like, not because I'm, like, scared of horror games or anything, it's more of, to be fair, it's one of those situations where every time I played it, I'd put it down and be like, okay, I'll play this again later, and never do. And I played, like, I've beaten, technically on the old channel, like an old collab channel, I technically beat, Resident Evil 1 with my brother. And technically my brother wanted to do some stuff with, like, the newer Resident Evils again. For, like, a thing, maybe something similar to this, where he records the game footage and I use it as, like, talking points. Which could be a cool idea. That's what he was thinking of. Like, just stuff that just have it to where it's like, I could say I beat this, but the only thing is I don't have a Dazzle personally. Like, Elgato. I don't have an Elgato. I have a Dazzle. I do have a Dazzle. I don't have an Elgato. I don't have a thing to record HD footage. Basically, I have a thing to record old footage for, like, Wii games and stuff, but I'm kind of selling a lot of that stuff now because I have alternate means that I can always play them. And like, mostly a lot of these games are coming out for Switch and stuff like that, so it's fine. And even, like, there's other methods, there's other things I can do, and yeah, it's fine. That was cheap. He got me right where I was going to land. So, anyway, new Contra. Cool. Like, I haven't got it yet, but I've seen, like, the first 2 levels. I like how they've changed the base level into, like, a vehicle shoot-em-up level. And my thing is, like, a lot of games that were, like, old 2D graphics. I could say would be neat to see remade. Like, honestly, the fact that, like, let me make another save state. I don't use that one either. This is where I wanted to show off my favorite gun in this game, but it's so impractical to use that it's unfortunate how impractical this thing is. Because, okay, with this game in particular, you can just hold the button down. This is me holding the button down and I'm firing at, like, a decent pace. With this weapon, if you hold the button down, you charge it. Kind of the whole point. I wanted to save this weapon for boss 5. That's so we'll see me attempt to use this on the next Attenio as well, but oh wait, no, boss 6. This is boss 5. I keep thinking that stage 6 is actually stage 5, but it's not. 2.5 charges destroyed that thing with like a bajillion lasers. Didn't even pop one of the heads. I mean, like, yeah, there's only one head pop, but like, this laser can 2-shot the first boss. Yeah, same thing. 2.5 lasers. Like 2.5 full charges. The thing with this weapon is just impractical because now you have to mash the button in order to actually do anything. And we can see, yeah, that's kind of a problem. It's already kind of hard to try to take out the basic dudes. when it's too hard to take out the basic dude to get the power-ups, you're kind of in trouble. You have to mash the button if you just want to use, like, just anything. Oh, yeah, with these type of games. It's always good to have one speed up. In this game in particular, there's a couple levels where you definitely need 2 speed ups, or you will just die. There's no hope. What's weird is that I think the Konami code gives you a power-up, but it does not like a speed-up. It gives you a speed-up. Not like the proper Konami code. It's like you have to use the L and R buttons instead of left and right. There's like up, down, down, L, R, B, A. And you get it. Well, we'll be seeing the code later, because I use it in this run. Spoilers. Stage 6, jungle. And there's just the spread of bullets that just completely just like blindsides you, and if you're not ready, it's just boom. You gotta kind of move around to get the bullets to kind of go everywhere, but then there's just bad situations where no, you can't just have the bullets. Like this. Like, there's too many bullets, and you're not a Toho character. If you were a Toho character that had like a default speed that was kind of fast, and then a slower speed when you held a button down, this would be a different story. Also, if your hitbox was tiny, you didn't have to worry about it. There's me being stupid and going for this again. I wanted to use it for this boss, because it also, I think, like 2 or 3 shots this boss. This weapon is ridiculously good on bosses. Also, this game is terrible to play without speed up. And so when they don't give you an enemy that drops the speed up right away, they start throwing bullets at you. Kind of crazy. I was about to ask, why haven't I speed up yet? And this continues just kind of wasted doing this. Which is sad. And this is like the thing about being low powered in a Gradius game. Is if I was powerful enough, I'd shoot those enemies and they would explode. But if you're low powered, you don't have the ability to like, you basically don't have the ability to, here's where I'm just like, I need to make an extra save state just in case. I don't want to restart the game. And here's why I decided to screw up using the cheat code. Because now look. Let's watch that situation play again now that I have this. Oh look, so many less bullets on the screen to hit me. Because I take everything out because I have projectiles. Oh my goodness. And I already lost my shield, but like, it did its job. Protected me from a couple hits. And now I have laser, which is just more powerful than the regular shot. I think the regular shot is actually pretty powerful. Like, do not underestimate the power of the regular shot. It's decent. It almost makes double worth it. I've never found double, like the third option for most of these, to ever be useful though. If I've ever got it, it's usually by accident, and then I'm usually just kind of stuck with it. Again, the regular gun isn't that bad. It can still destroy bosses and everything, but yeah. But again, I just want to point out how that. But I think what happens with this particular code is the fact that it gives you a speed up, but you still need 2 speed ups to get to 2 speed ups. Thankfully I dodged that guy. He will steal your options. He's never good. I think I'm trying to see if I keep that power up on screen. Answer is no. I think I'm sitting here just in case I need the extra speed up. I have it on speed up right now. Because this is the first instance of you need at least 2 speed up. Maybe it still gives you a speed up. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Forget if I actually use the speed up for this part or not. You constantly hit this boss every possible hit that you can. It takes like to about right here to destroy him. Like with any other gun besides the one I wanted to show off, the E-laser, because it's so powerful.